Welcome one and all to this 40th episode of D&D with me, Mike.
And me, Zoe.
And today we are going to be working on these vases. We have them here, they collide with us, or we collide with them. It's all a matter of perspective. And now what we need to do is pick them up, throw them, and whenever they land, they need to be destroyed. And whenever they get destroyed, they can drop something. So there's quite a bit to code here.
Maybe we could copy bomb functions of picking up and throwing.
Probably be using the same ones. We'll see how that works, but yes. Okay, so step 1, creating a breakable vase. Did we use the new blender? I don't think so. Not in this particular project. No, doesn't look like it. So let's go here. There's our vase. Which, by the way, you can't really see this bit, so yeah, let's get rid of that. So we're gonna remove this, and we can leave it on B, but I don't think so. Hit tab, hit Z, hit B, hit tab again, hit Z, and there's our vase. Okay, so there's a nifty little vase. So now all we need to do is we need to decide how we're gonna break it apart. There is no easy, obvious way. We can try one thing though. There is an inbuilt thing on Blender. Cell fracture. Source limit, make it 10. And go OK. So this should have created a new block. That doesn't work evidently. It's a bit rubbish.
It's a bit jumbled.
Yeah. Hit A. A. No, A, no space. Delete. So yeah, the primary issue here is that because our model doesn't have geometry that is consistent with a completely enclosed model, this doesn't work, and it's kind of normal that it doesn't. We're gonna go with a different option completely. So we're not gonna have a model like this. We're gonna create a particle system that's gonna be using cubes.
Okay.
That should help quite a bit. Okay, so let's go to our prefabs. Duplicate PFX explosion. Call it PFX vase break. And let's drag it in and let's work on it. Well, actually, we don't need to drag it in, but we do need to open it. And so it's got the little flash. The flash we may leave, probably. The main, though, it cannot be this.
That looks like
As
something.
the renderer, it needs to be a mesh of type cube. And it needs to have a different material. Not default particle system, but rather
cube.
Default, let's try this. No, because this one doesn't get colored. So that won't work for us. Do we have a default standard? Maybe default diffuse? No, still doesn't get colored. We may have to actually create our own material. Not too surprised. But also ceramic would be pretty good, because that's what we're looking for. Right? Now, notice that all of the cubes are sort of facing us.
Yeah.
There should be a way to change that, but I don't quite remember how. Aha. Weld. There we go. And now for scale.
You might want to make them go farther than that.
Absolutely. Well, I think they are. They have some drag, so I think that's causing a few issues, and I think we have too many. Okay, so start. Oh, darn it! Undo what I've done. Well, actually, don't. It doesn't matter. So the start size is 0.25. Hello, A-Night. We're in the middle of our show. 0.5. There. Okay, that's looking a bit more reasonable. and we are gonna give him a substantially longer lifetime, like 10 and 12, for example. See, so they get thrown about. Start speed, change that to 4 and 5. So then when he breaks, it looks like this. Start, let's do 10 and lower this to 2. Because for enormous variability. Now these are probably too many that are being emitted. Let's reduce this to 50. Yeah, that's better. And now for rotation, we're gonna go random between two constants. Yeah, that's pretty good. And what else do we want? Start size. That's good. Start lifetime is good. Gravity modifier. Try 1. 1 is too much. Try 1. Simulation speed is 7, and that makes sense. Okay. And then we want them to collide with the world. Sure. That's fine. Color over lifetime, remove that. Limit velocity over lifetime, we're going to leave that. Okay. Now, what I can't tell is if they're shooting up. So let's take a look at the shape. Yes, it's a cone and it's going up. Let's reduce the angle. Let's also increase the radius. Let's increase the angle. There. Now bear in mind these will actually collide, right? So
these pieces will be left on the floor.
Yeah, so there is a problem. The material that we have doesn't take the color over lifetime, which is an issue. It's a big issue.
But why?
Well, because it has different properties. We would need to create our own material. I think. I don't think the standard shader accepts that. One option would be to create another material that would multiply. But I'm not sure how. Well, I mean, I'm sure how. I know how, but let's see. So let's go to map, entities, duplicate. Never mind. World, duplicate ceramic.
Okay.
Drag it out here. I don't know what I did.
You did show in Explorer.
Call this one PFX, all capitals.
What?
PFX. I hit enter. Put a PFX underscore in front. Yeah. And now we're gonna change the standard shader to particles standard surface. Pick. Okay, now let's check vase break, specifically main, and let's give it PFX ceramic. So the color over lifetime isn't applied. Let's see if it will now. Yes, it does. Okay, so now what we need to do is we just need to change these rules. So we're gonna go to one gradient and we're gonna go light to invisible. So we're gonna delete this and this. We're gonna drag this here and this here. We're gonna delete this and this. Drag this here, drag this here. Let's say 50 and 50. So for half it's going to remain normal, then it's going to start decaying. Okay, that's not happening. I've also noticed the noise.
I think you changed color instead of color over lifetime. Oh no, it's inside.
So the transparency isn't working, and I think I know why. The problem is it's standard only. Let's set it to that. Let's set it to fade. This may help. There we go. and they're now disappearing over time.
The smoke
Now
needs
for
to
the
be
smoke needs to be a lot smaller and a lot sparser. So start size. Let's also decrease the time. And start size and 0.5. Let's see. Let's increase the speed to 10 to 20. Let's change the emission. Sure. Shape, cone, 180. There you go. Perhaps smaller actually. So start speed, let's go 120. 110. Start size 2. Start lifetime. Let's change our minds. Yeah. Now let's do the main again. For the start speed 225.
The flash, should we keep that?
I think so, but perhaps it needs to be white and less loud. Yeah, so probably also smaller. Yeah, so I think the strength of this is too much, so let's go down to 6. 6 maybe too low, back to 10. The start lifetime. Okay, so we can try this and then we'll see. Let's see which of our scripts.
We'll have to go all the way to get the hand of God before we can pick this up too.
Yeah, there's more as well. Like we have the particle system now and that's fine, but we are going to have to pick them up first and all of that code needs to be done. So let's open the C# project and take a look. Excuse me. Alright, so we got the vase. Now for interactions, hit control MO. There. Oh boy, I don't like that these regions are indented. Sorry, my brain can't cope with this. I need to re-indent them all. I don't know if there should be a setting in Visual Studio for this, but it's refusing to do it for me. So I've tried. I promise I've tried. Okay, that's better. Now that's the game manager. The player should have interactions. Hit control MO again. All right, so contextual interaction. IE type enemy bomb. All right, so are our vases IE types? They should be.
We've added them.
Pickup, player, map, entities, vase. There it is. It's of type vase.
And vase.
Okay, so ladder, treasure chest. We'll add another case. Space tab dot vase. Colon, hit enter twice, break. Semicolon, save. So there's start pickup, E aggressive, E current interaction object IE, start pickup. Copy all of this, paste this, and this is going to be different because we don't care about the enemy. So this doesn't matter, and this does matter, and shift tab. Save. Okay, so that's not bad. This is going smoothly now because start pickup should make all of these decisions. Start pickup, core pickup, blah blah. Stop pickup, pickup routine. Let's see the situation. So interacting is true. Current interaction object transfer from set parent picked up container. It's of type. Okay. Picked up container. Current iteration object be picked up. And there we go. Be picked up.
Turns off everything.
Yeah, turns off the rigid body. the constraints, velocity, blah 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 blah.
Sounds. We're gonna need sounds for this after we finish.
Shift tab. Shift tab. Save. So be picked up should work already. Get component collider, get component rigid body. Assuming all of these things are working, and then nope, I don't see a collider. So that's interesting.
Oh, box and sphere collider. On
Yeah,
the
well,
model.
there's a child over there. Should make a change here. Try this. RB dot collider. Start typing. No. No.
Lowercase.
Make no difference. Darn it. Get. Let's see if we have colliders. I thought it may be possible to actually obtain this information. Wait, so this is going to be a problem. Save. Because we don't really have a collider. We can cheese it. So copy this component and paste the component as new. I see why. Because the model is rotated. Resetting it won't change nothing, but that's okay. We can make the size smaller. What is it? 0.4 it was, and then the size on the Z is 0.4 now, and then on the Y 0.7, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll drag it up. Yeah, so that's good enough. It just needs to be correctly aligned at the bottom, and I can't see it. Five. 0.35. There, let's accept that. So this will be our primary box collider, and we'll be able to find it now. So all of this should now work correctly, etc. And then there's be thrown, use gravity, etc. Blah blah blah. And then the bomb would explode on its own, but the vase doesn't know that. Do we have an on collision enter for the? No, we don't. Yeah, so now we'll be able to just grab them and throw them, possibly. Actually, so that'll be interesting. Let's quickly check the player if he's got a be picked up, and then throw routine. It should be again under the A button. So contextual action, there it is. Case, space, tab, dot, vase, colon.
Oh,
save.
no break.
Save. So this could or could not work. I mean, I think it will work in terms of picking it up and throwing it, but not much more than that. So we now need to go here.
To get the hand of God. That made a lot of noise.
Yeah, whatever, right? Okay, so I cheated a bit. So I'm trying to pick it up and it's not happening, which is quite interesting. I'm wondering if it's not added in the detected objects. That's a possibility too. So there's a few possibilities. Let's check the contextual action. Current interaction of a IE type. Okay, you see it's got an IE already. So we need to Control F and look for contextual interaction. Excuse me. If not interacting, blah blah blah. Okay, so here
we
you
need to add a vase.
Vase. Yeah. So case space tab dot vase semicolon colon. My bad. Get closest entity. Let's take a look at this as well. Okay, it should be any one of them, but do we know what type of object it is? It's an interactive object, so it should work. Okay, let's repeat the same step. We should give ourselves a cheat where we can unlock the powers, you know? So this is kind of silly.
Wait for this, get through, and then cheat. Get back.
It's not an enormous amount of cheating, but it is a bit. And it's a bit long.
He made the sound.
He made a sound and he's pulling it, so there is a thing, but we have a null. And that's the problem. Get component start interaction routine. And I'll bet you that this is the one that determines the picking up.
And it's in the enemy.
Exactly, so that's a problem. No, actually, that's interesting. It doesn't seem to actually matter. So I think it's just an error. Here's what we'll do. Type enemy with a capital E.
Enemy.
Column E.
Nope, not like that.
It's fine, just hit tab. Oh gosh. Just E and tab. Like, no, you need to go all the way back. E and tab. There you go. Space, column E equals. Cut all of this. Paste it here. Semicolon. If open round E is not null.
Oops.
Close round, open squiggle, hit enter twice, close it. E, cut this, paste it here, save. Alright, so this was specific to enemy, save again. I don't really think it applies to anything else. Let's immediately retry. But before we do that, we're gonna give ourselves the cheat to obtain the Hand of God. So, go figure, I don't even remember how you do that. Open chest, start open, blah blah blah, animator pickup, instantiate, pickup, find, graphics, no, that's not it. Open routine, pickup location, pickup rotation, blah blah blah, open chest, that's not it either. So probably in the player, if not interacting, else contextual interaction, row movement. Oh, blimey. I haven't touched this code for ages, so I don't remember things. It could be contextual interaction still, but I don't think so. Treasure chest, there it is. Start open chest. Let's take a look. Start open chest or stop open chest routine, blah blah blah. Switch TC pickup type, UI manager request pop up, get button, UI manager request pop up, audio manager requests, add to inventory. That's the one. TC collect item. Oh, but that's a treasure chest. So collect item, what does it do? Oh, it returns a pickup. Okay, that's easy enough. So
Debug region.
Debug commands, expand, copy all of this, paste it here, save, put alpha 1.
What's that?
Just type alpha.
But what is it on the keyboard?
It's the number 1 on top of your, top of the queue, yeah. And this one needs to be the same thing we just looked at, which was in the treasure chest.
Is the debug turn offable for?
Wait, to give a save context item, that's not it. Yeah, we'll turn off all the debug for that. Add to inventory. Let's copy this. Paste it here. No, it's not gonna work. Add to inventory, and here we're just gonna say, whoops, RY, open around, and hit tab, dot, glove, save. Right, so whenever we place one, we should get the glove. Now it may or may not work, I'm not sure. Let's test it. You need cheats for games that are big to test everything. Hit that. Okay, we may have it, it may not register there. Okay, so it's worked at least partially.
It's falling backwards.
It's falling backwards, and the reason is not valid. Input velocity is negative infinity. Haha. That's interesting. Direction dot weight. So be thrown.
Don't think we have a weight. I think the bomb has a weight of 1, but we don't have a weight. It's 0.
That's possible. You're correct. All right. 1.
Let's see if this one works.
Press 1.
Done.
Okay, thanks. It's working, but it doesn't fly very far.
It could have been less than 1.
Okay, so let's simply change these.
It could have been less than 1. Let's check the bomb weight.
Yeah, sure. Let's check the bomb.
0.2.
0.2. So the vase, we're gonna make it exactly the same weight as a bomb. Whoop, try again.
Now we'll just go up. Whoop, very easily.
Press 1. No, it's still not flying properly. Something else is happening. I don't know what though. So be thrown should be called by this guy. I think it's in here. So throw. Throw, current direction, be thrown structure, transform direction forward, throw strength, RB velocity normalized, times throw multiplier. Throw inertia multiplier, current interaction, over interaction, pair null, request is best player throw. Okay, so this is theoretically working. But something else isn't working, and that's strange. In it. So interactive entity, be thrown. There's the direction. The direction should be correctly calculated. RB constraints. RB is kinematic. There's some... Heck, I don't know. Use gravity true. RB velocity equals direction divided by weight. The weight is definitely 0.2 now. Debug.log rb.velocity. That's going well. Goes around. Semicolon, save. Alright, so let's test and see what happens. We should get 2 different pieces of information now for the bomb and for the guy. So press 1. Alright, so I'm gonna pick it up. Oh, hello. What the heck?
Hey, it's working? This guy sounds like he's doing too much work. Bye.
Yeah, well, that's something we're gonna have to account for. Let me see the bombs real quick.
Bombs work fine.
Yeah, so that's working okay. These vases are working okay too. So it's just a matter of having them actually blow up. And
Well,
yeah.
not blow up, really.
Okay.
Shatter.
We're gonna need a small
Script.
Yeah, a small script, like destructible, something like that.
And that means we'll need a layer too.
Micropurpose? Not really, no.
For destructible stuff though, right?
So call this one destructible. And let's wait a little bit. So the vase needs to have a destructible script right on it. Open it. Delete. Save. Let me think here. So for destructible, it's gonna need a sound. For now, simply do this: void on collision enter.
This one.
Save. And here needs to be ready. So public void destruction ready. Not void, I'm a banana. Well, prepare for destruction. Open, close round. Save. Okay, save again. And private bool. Destructible. Lowercase. You can't, it's a name of a variable. You need to give it the full name. Semicolon. Save. Copy. Equal. Paste. Equals true. Semicolon. If destructible. Close round. Open a squiggle. Save. And the collision also can't be the player. Save. Go end c.gameObject.layer and cast it as a layer. Open round. I hope we have an enum for layers. It's never gonna guess. It's never gonna guess anyway. There you go. Hit tab. Close the round. All right. Tab dot layer, and you need to put an exclamation mark. Save. So if it collides with anything that isn't a player, right, then we can destroy it.
Including water?
I don't think you can touch water, but it's something we'll worry about.
You threw it out and hit
I know, it's something we'll worry about when we get there. We could make it so when it hits the water it goes ploomf, and then it gives you whatever in there, assuming you get anything.
And then you have to get out and get it.
So game manager, let's create. We're just gonna put it in the destructible. So here you want to type serialize field, game object. Add the word private, copy, paste. Private game object, and call this one pfx destroy. No, lowercase variable. pfx underscore destroy. Semicolon. Save. Here you're going to instantiate. Open round pfx underscore destroy. Comma. Transfer dot position. Comma. Quaternion dot identity.
Annotation.
Close the round. Dot. Get component. Open round. Open of type. pfx self manager, I guess. Yep.
And we gotta code it in
Close
self
type.
manager, right?
Open close round. Dot. Set up. Try.
Set up. Do we have start?
Oh, it's on start.
Play.
It self manages. Okay. Never mind. Then nothing. Then you don't need any of this. Save. It'll do itself. It'll destroy itself. Okay, so instantiate the explosion. Then we're gonna need a sound. Type sound. Save. And now one thing that we need is we need our probability. So the probability of
dropping stuff.
That's right.
And then we need to make the stuff.
Yeah, so I'm thinking who should be the owner of the information for probability of dropping things, and it should probably be destructible, which means that this is going to have some kind of setup, which is probably going to be an interactive entity. Do we have a setup? No. So somebody must set up the enemy for sure. That's where we're gonna find. There's gonna be some kind of setup. Yeah, hit Control F. Let's go in all open documents. Welcome to complicated projects, people. Okay, spawn routine, setup enemy. Okay, that doesn't help us a huge deal. Okay, how about interactive entity? You don't set it up. Darn it. So how do you set up? It's got to be in the map, right? How do you set up entities? Okay, set up entities, blah, blah, ME transfer, name transfer, rotation, set up entity. There you go. Entity, well, it doesn't help. Child entity, ME. Map entity. Child entity, ME. Send info to entity, that's the one. Child entity, set up, that's the one. And here you want to go destructible D. D equals get component destructible. Close, open, close round, semicolon. If destructible, if D is not null. So if we have a D, right? Because most of our things won't have a D.
Yeah.
D dot, and now we're missing setup.
Yeah.
So destructible needs a public void setup. And it's gonna require a float. Float and call it underscore chance. Close round, open squiggle, hit enter twice, close it. Alright. Now I want you to create another private float here. And call this one chance without the underscore. What makes a project complicated? Asks Mr. Couture. It's size, usually. Our game is large with loads of things going on, so there's loads of different types of interactions, and different types of interactions cause complication. So copy chance, paste it here, go equals underscore chance. Now you know what channel we're going to use for the chance? Red.
Okay.
Right? In the entity info, we're going to use the red channel to know how probable it is that this thing will drop something.
So like quarters and that sort of stuff
Yeah.
again?
Wait a moment. Now that I think about it, should we have a color that indicates what can be dropped as well? Nah, I think we should leave it completely random. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so chance equals chance. Now you can say destructible equals false. So copy this, paste it, equals false, semicolon, that's it. Now, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a test. You're gonna say if open round, and you go random.range. Open round 0f, 1f. So it's a percentage.
Yeah.
Close
Here,
the round
200.
is lower than chance. Close round, open a squiggle, hit enter twice, and for now just type debug.log quote spawn a thing. Close round, close quote, close round, semicolon, and finally we can destroy game object. Nope. Destroy. Open round. Game object with a lowercase. Yeah, that means my game object.
You've destroyed this function.
Mr. Couture says, kind of nice that you and your son work on something together. Yeah, but it's
not a son.
that is true. You're not a son. Not too sure about your sexuality yet, I think, but you're a female as far as we can tell. Okay, so prepare for destruction. Destructible is true. That's good. And now only if destructible. Okay, so all of this should work. Now set up. We are not done. I think it was here. Yeah, so you want to type setup. Open round. So it only needs a chance. So you're going to type c.r. Close round. Semicolon. Okay.
Now we need to deal with this in the GIMP.
Kids all sound the same anyway, more or less true. Then they grow up. Okay, D setup CR. Okay, so this should work. Should be good. So if R is completely absent, what probability of anything getting out of there do you have?
0 probability.
Correct. Because if you roll between 0 and 1, you can't do anything lower than 0. Even if you get a 0, it's still not lower than 0, so you'll get nothing. Alright, so that should work pretty good. I like it. Now, we're not quite there. There is one more thing that needs to be done, which is when you have B thrown in interactive entity, this one needs to check if you have a interactive entity. Does it know? It doesn't. It doesn't know nothing. It doesn't know whether it has a whatever it's called. And there's what I mean by complicated. I think map entity setup. No, that's the one we talked about. That's not it. It's not map entity we're talking about. It's not interactive entity either. What the heck? I can't remember. Setup entity. It's inside map tile. Ooh. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Oh,
why is it?
I pressed F11. Okay, setup entity. Child entity on the tile. That's fine, I think. And this is a map entity. So if you go to map entity, it sets it up. And that's all good. But it doesn't know its own interactive entity. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. If open round never mind. Create a destructible D equals, copy all of this, paste it, copy this, paste it, paste it again. Copy all of this, paste it here. D is not. Then D dot prepare whatever we called it. Open close round, semicolon, save. Now it's going to be ready for destruction when it gets thrown. Good. So that should work. Destructible should work. Okay, let's give this a shot. It may actually work. What was I doing at 9? Oh yeah, playing video games and not coding, says Mr. Couture. Well, she does both. Press 1 for me. Okay, so something happened, and I think it's good. We got unassigned exception, and it's the PFX. Perfect. So it's all working. That's your dad's senility consistently kicking in. We need to go to our prefabs, PFX vase break. Put it in there.
And now we have it.
Press 1 again.
Boom. Except I didn't see the PFX.
That's very odd that it made a sound.
Okay, now I saw it.
Yeah, but I didn't see them the first time. So that's a bit odd.
Also, the pieces are quite big.
Yeah. You have to fix a few things.
It's blowing up.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the sound. Oh, you know why? I think the sound is controlled by the PFX self-manager. Yes, exactly. So the PFX vase break at the moment has that sound because that's what we told it. So let's quickly go and get some vase breaking sound. There should be loads.
Yeah.
So game development, projects, common, audio.
Stuff breaking.
This one is pretty good. Impact, smashable. There you go. Oh no, this is big sort of glass falling. It's not.
It's like somebody smashing a window or something.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if there's something miscellaneous.
Toilet.
Scissors, phone, pencil, object, deep thud, light, kids' toys, growler, stone, phone, camera, clock, broom, sweeping, bell, bowling, typing, wood. No. Alright, so let's try a different sample set. There we go. Break snaps. No, this is just breaking stuff. Let's see impacts. Concrete, bullets, bricks, energy, generic, incoming, metal, stone, wood. Well, none of the ones we want.
We need vases breaking.
Well, I mean, brick could work. Yeah, but that won't be what we want. Shatter. Mm-hmm. There we go.
Definitely reminds me of Wind Waker.
Sure, let's grab these three. They're a little on the loud side, but alright. SFX, create, folder, call it vase smash. Or just vase. Yeah, vase. There. And in there we're gonna put these three.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, now the audio manager should have a new one. Call this one vase break. Lowercase potato. Clips 0. Lock it. Select the 3. Drag them in here. Volumes. I don't think we need
That loud.
such loud volumes. So let's actually go quite a bit further down and then we'll see. So that kind of does that, but we need
You have to add it there.
vase break. Save. That should be it. And that should be sufficient.
Now we have to assign it to the PFX.
Yes. There's also another important piece of information. This doesn't need to play a sound. Save. So yeah, in the PFX we need to do a few changes to it anyway. So PFX vase break. Alright, vase break. Number 1, your smoke is too dark. So let's go with color of a lifetime and change this to some kind of really bright gray. Like that. Oh, poodles. There you go. I'm going to change the color of that gray down there. This one. Make it brighter. Okay. There we go. So that should help a little bit. So that's one. The other thing that we know is the main is too large. The various pieces are far too big. So start size, let's go to 0.1, maybe a 0.08. Whoops. And 0.12. Something like that.
Okay. Now will look like the vase broken did not expand.
We also want the start lifetime to last a little longer, like 20 and 8. And now the last thing is vase break. Okay. Press 1 for me. Yeah, the sound lasts a little long. That's one thing I expected not to like. So it's interesting because that smoke still continues for a long time, but the little bits disappear, which is strange. Do we have like loss of lifetime? Multiply collision angle, blah blah blah. Dampen 0, bounce 1.
Lifetime loss 0.
0. So that doesn't happen. Smoke, lifetime loss, let's go half on collision. Let's also reduce the scale of these, or the duration really. So start lifetime, let's go with 2 to 3 or something, 4 maybe. Okay, and the pieces, start size is a bit too small. Let's go with some more extreme randomness. Okay, let's try this.
It's good.
First one. It's strange that they vanish.
We made them destroy. Oh, the PFX.
Yeah, but they did. Something's wrong. So let me see if I'm right here. Okay. So if I'm right. Yeah, I'm right.
They're falling through the world.
They're falling through the world. That's what I thought was going to happen. So main simulation speed, sure. Collision collides with map obstacle and map ground. That's right. The smoke wasn't doing that. Press 1.
That's better. Hey, it's louder and more pieces.
It's a bit extreme. It's like
it sounds like
there's
something
gonna be pieces everywhere. But it's. But I kind of like it.
Both quiets.
What do you think? Is it charming?
Mhm.
Nah, it's not bad. All right, now we can't simply work on this as easily. We need to start making the pickups. And I think we have a prefab for pickups, but I'm not sure.
I just saw it.
You did? Where?
Go to prefabs.
Yeah.
And there's one called pickup.
Pickup. All right. So there's a pickup and there's them graphics. Okay. Well, you see, this is not really the pickup we are talking about. So we should rename this one. Rename this one to treasure content. And hit enter. And now, rename file. Now duplicate treasure content and rename it to pickup.
Where should they go on the screen?
Eh?
Where should they go on the screen?
They what?
The pickups. Because the treasure contents is in the left, right.
No, the pickups are just going to be on the floor.
Oh.
And you collect them by hopping on them. And they will have a lifetime. They need to disappear over time. There's all sorts of interesting things that need to happen. Graphics is good. We're going to use a sprite. I'm fine with that. Now what we need though is we need a box collider for them. And I don't think it has to be this thick. In fact, I think it needs to be less thick. Sort of like this. And then we're also going to need a rigid body type RI. Rigid body. Use gravity, yes. Kinematic, no. Mass, sure. Leave it alone. Freeze rotation. Yes and yes, but not on the Y, so it can spin like this. Anything else? Well, yes. They need to have a certain thingy. Call it pickup.
Thought we already had it, so I'd like to know.
Yeah, fair
Nice.
enough. But we don't.
But we don't.
Wrong. Let's change the children. Okay, let's quickly check the physics settings. Hello. Click, 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 click. Only player. Click, 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 click,
They need to collide with that too.
Eh?
Don't
Oh,
the
good
pickups
point.
have to collide with the
Very,
map
very good point. Yes, and map obstacle as well. They need to collide with all of them things.
And would they collide with the player awareness? No.
No. Okay.
What's the trigger area? Oh yeah.
Eh?
What's the trigger area?
Trigger area is, I don't know, something that we use for triggers.
Oh.
Can't remember. So box collider, that's good, and we're fine. Now we're gonna need a script just for this. So let's go to scripts, character infrastructure, map, micropurpose, static. Let's create one. And call this one pickup. Thank you. Now we need to wait for it to compile. And we're going to drag pickup here.
And now we need
We're going to open it. So there needs to be types of pickups. Now let's
we
quickly
need to make an enum.
wait a moment. I suspect we have it. Game manager.
Pickup type.
That's how a game becomes complicated. Look at the amount of scripts.
Should have
Layer,
a pickup
interactive
type.
entity. Hey? Pickup. There it is. Now I don't like this. Hit Control R twice and call treasure content.
Treasure content.
Alright. That's good. Oh. Fine. Create enum. Public enum. Pickup. Open a squiggler. Hit enter twice. Close it. Save.
So none.
Yeah. None.
Then we need
Is
money.
-1. Comma. And for now, simply write hot. Save.
And then we'll need money in the future.
Yes, we're gonna need money. You're always about the money, you.
What?
You're always about the money.
We sometimes have it in games.
Save. We often have it in games. Okay, so
Like tabletop gear.
what we're gonna need here is, let me think for a second. We're gonna make the pickup interact with the player, not vice versa. So the pickup needs to be set up. So we definitely need a public void. And you can tell this one it's going to be setup pickup. And it's going to request a pickup enum, which you can call P.
Just
Close. No, just close round, open the squiggle. Yeah. We are going to need a private pickup. Yeah, that one, pickup. You know why I'm doing this?
Why?
Why would you want to have a private variable that you can remember for the pickup?
So that you can assign it at any time, anywhere.
No, it's private.
I meant in the function. I meant in the
Sure,
script.
in the function, but why would you want to assign it? What is it for?
Telling us which kind of pickup it is.
Good answer, yes. So when you pick it up, it knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Very important.
Because we're going to need a script for the heart and all that.
Yes. So here you can say pickup equals P.
Pickup equals P.
Semicolon. Now, one thing we're going to need is we're going to need the graphics for the pickups. And those are going to be sprites. And I think the game manager should know these. Be better to have a database, but never mind. Okay, so here you're going to do a public. And you're going to call this one sprite and then array. And call this one pickup sprites.
I accidentally pressed something.
You pressed Alt. Pickup sprites. Today, pickup sprites.
Pickup sprites.
Yeah. There's an emotional process this sometimes. Okay, so now we need to go and access our graphics. Now, if you recall, which I'm sure you don't, the graphics are a child of pickup, right? So I want you to create a private. Yes, and we're gonna need this. So you're gonna call this one a private sprite renderer SR.
Sprite renderer. Where is it? Oh, too far.
Just type sprite R. R. There it is. SR. Semicolon. We're also going to need the rigid body. You know what to do.
Done.
Let me think. So you're going to have to declare to find the rigid body here and the renderer here as well. Let's see if you can do it on your own. Without Daddy's help.
Okay.
Today. So, first of all, what do you need to do? You should know how to get components, no?
Oh, yeah. Do you do it like this, or like...
Try. Just try, I'll tell you if it's right or wrong.
I think it's this. Yeah, it's this.
No, it's not.
Oh.
This is if you already have it. You don't have it. You need to assign something to SR. So SR equals is the correct root.
So, then this.
Game minute?
Not game. Get. Now I need sprite render.
Okay. And then?
Except I need to choose what sprite renderer we get.
No. Get component gets the sprite render, or will look for a sprite renderer on the object that you've specified. At the moment you haven't specified an object, so it's going to get it on the object on which the pickup script is. But get component is a function, so what are you missing?
I'm missing these.
And then?
And then this.
That's correct. Now, are you likely to find the sprite renderer this way? Where is the sprite renderer on your object? You have a pickup object, right? Where's the sprite renderer?
Nowhere.
Eh?
It's just SR.
You
but
see,
we
you
have
see
it
sprites,
here.
don't you? I can see it. It's right here. I can see a sprite. Where's the sprite renderer?
It's not on the pickup itself.
Then where is it?
Maybe on the graphics? It is on the graphics.
Not very many other options, yes. So, you're not likely to find it this way. What do you need to do first? Right here.
Maybe transform.find.
Alright, let's see it. Transform.
Oops. I need to make a capital.
No,
I think.
it's correct. This is the transform of the object. You're not getting any intelligence because you're typing before something. The first time. Now you get it. And now what do you need?
And now I need to give it a sprite render.
E?
Except, no.
The sprite
I need to
render is
find
obtained with get component.
graphics. I need to find graphics.
Right. Good.
So I need to do this.
Not that.
Graphics.
No, not that.
Not this, not this, this.
That's better.
Graphics.
Close
Then I
quote.
need to do this.
Yeah. And now?
I need to do this.
And now?
Maybe plus.
Certainly not plus.
No.
That would be impossible. You found the graphics, right? Now you're on the graphics object. So, you're on the object,
So
therefore...
now I need to do get component, so dot I need to
Correct.
add here.
Save. And now you got the sprite render. Rigid body time. Where is the rigid body?
I think the rigid body is just a main pickup. Let me check.
Well, you check. You
Just
check,
to
lady.
be sure.
Just to be certain.
Let me see.
It's compiling.
Here it is. It's right here. So I don't need to do at transform.find this time.
Good. I like it when you reason both times of the year. Get component.
Rigid body.
Yes.
And then this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this.
All correct. So we got the rigid body and we got the sprite renderer. Now, what would we need to do with the sprite renderer as soon as we spawn this object? The sprite renderer controls what?
The picture of the thing.
The picture, that's right. So, what do you need to do to it?
We
Depending on what type of pickup it is.
We need to find the pickup that it is.
I think what you mean to say is this. Daddy, we need to change the picture with display to the correct one.
Okay.
Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the glove.
Not the glove, right. So you need another picture. Now the pictures are stored here in pickup sprites inside the game manager.
We don't have any.
Well,
So.
for now, but we will assume we do. And we will also assume that they go in exactly the same order as the pickup enum.
Okay.
So, first of all, you need to access the correct component. So SR. Then, if you want to access the component, what key do you need to use? How do you drill into components?
I think we had this earlier.
No, that will mean you assigned something to it. You've already assigned something to it. That's stupid.
Then I need to do dot instead this time.
Now, but not transform. Why would you mess with its transform? What you're looking for is to change what? You said to change the picture. How do we call pictures into the art?
Sprites.
And then type sprite. There it is. That's how you change the sprite. Now you type equals, because you're going to be assigning a different sprite to the sprite variable in the sprite renderer component. Okay,
so
awesome.
Do I do get component pickup?
No. Get component pickup makes no sense. You're not looking for a component. What you're looking for is a picture. But the picture is stored in the game manager. So you need to go to game manager first.
Script.
That's right. And now the correct variable.
Where was the variable? It was pickup sprites, and it's an array.
Yeah, correct. Which means you're going to have to open a square bracket because you only can feed it one. Okay.
That's what I meant to do.
So open a square bracket. Now you need to cast any of your enums int.
So I need to do int and then pick up enum.
Yeah, not that. This one, the one you've stored. Close the square bracket, semicolon. Wrong bracket.
Oh,
Save. Now you've assigned the correct sprite, at least presumably. Now we've got the rigid body. Now, with the rigid body, we're going to have to do something clever. What we should do is we should sort of bounce it up, and also in some kind of random direction, which I think would be pretty cool, right? So we're going to give it a random velocity, and also we're going to give it a random rotation velocity, so it's going to sort of spin in the air. Okay, so when you break the vase, right, it's going to go and sort of spin in the air. Capiche?
Okay.
All right, so you're going to say rb.velocity equals, because you're changing its velocity.
Velocity
equals. All right. Now there will be a couple of rules. We need to decide how high this thing is going to go and how wide this thing is going to go. So create a serialized field. Private. Now I said high and sideways. That means what?
That means
how many dimensions?
Vector 2.
Yes. Vector 2. Now we're going to use two of them. So create an array. And call it random velocities.
This how you...
Yeah, and let's create a default value already. So equals new tab, two of them, open and close. So the first one is going to be vector 2 new vector 2. So copy the word new, spaces here. So new vector 2, and for the x feed it negative 2f or something. I really don't know, so I'm kind of... And for the y, we always want it to be positive, so say 1f. So that's the minimum. Close the round. Close the round, banana. Comma. New vector 2. This is going well. New vector 2. Jesus Christ on a bike. What dot? Where have you ever seen a dot? No, it's not funny. It's boring. Hit vector 2. Alright, open around now. And now we're going to go to the right, so the opposite direction, so 2f.
And then minus 1?
No, because the y always goes up. 2f again.
Because otherwise it's going to go down.
That's right.
And it's going to go in the 4, and we don't want that.
We don't want that. Close around. Close around, hit the space, and then save. Alright, so we got all of the random thingies, and that's good. We're going to use the x for the z as well.
Okay.
So, actually, I'm going to be lazy. Negative 2f. Positive 2f. Save. So, you can go in sort of this square, right? Where 2 is the maximum and well, 0 will be the minimum. We could get a 0 here. And we're also going to go between 1 and 2 up. We don't know one of those. So here's what you're going to do. You're literally going to say random, new vector 3.
New
vector 3.
Vector 3.
Open around.
Open around.
And now you're going to say random.range, open around. And you're going to go between copy, paste, and you say 0.x, comma. You should guess the other one.
We need y.
No. Nah. Be retarded. If you randomize between the x and the y, you're dealing with different dimensions.
So this is 0. So the other one.
Yeah, random velocity. That's correct. Which one?
1.
The higher.
Dot x.
Perfect. Close the round. Now wait a moment. Do yourself a favor. Copy all of this. Enter. Enter. Shift tab.
Now I need to do z's and y's.
Save. Now the reason why we're doing all of these separately is because we want actually a substantial amount of random. So each axis would be dealt with randomly, and that's fine by me. Now, one more thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna do a random rotation. So for this, we are gonna need 2 floats. So create another serialized field, private.
2 floats.
Float array. Random rotations.
Random
Equals. No. Space tab. Open square bracket 2. Close square bracket. Open a squiggly. And say, I have no bloody idea. Say 5f, comma 15f. I don't know. Close the squiggly, semicolon. Save. All right, and now RB dot rotation.
Rotation.
No, that's not it. Add torque. Angular velocity. That's
Angular velocity.
Angular velocity. That's why you picked drag. Oh yeah, Dios mío. Ty equals, and this one is gonna be vector 3 dot up. I hope. It should be around the y-axis. Yeah. Multiply by, and do the random rotations with the random range.
So
just copy this.
Again.
Copy this. Paste it here. Copy this. Paste it here. And here. And now we're not done because we could go one side on or the other. So multiply by. Perfect. Oh, absolutely. Great. Why are you so terrible at everything? Okay, multiply. Now wait. We're gonna need a sign. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna do mathf.sign.
Mathf.sign.
Open around.
So like this?
No, the other sign. You don't even know what a sign is.
Oh, what is it?
Open around. Copy all of this. Paste it here. Close the round. Put a semicolon right away. And this one is gonna be negative 1f. And this one is gonna be positive 1. What does sign do? Very difficult.
I think it, like, if you're in the middle of
the street,
no.
you can dance.
If you're like at 0.6, no wait, if you're like something between negative and positive, if you're closer to the positive, it will snap to the positive, and if you're close
no, that's
to
a clamp.
Oh.
What is the sign? If I say 5, what's 5's sign? What's negative 5 sign?
Minus.
What's 5 sign?
Plus.
Awesome. So if I say mathf.sign of the number 5, what do I get?
You get plus.
Right, but you
So
can't just say
positive.
plus. Plus what? It has to have a value. What value? Plus?
5.
No. Plus 1.
Oh.
And what if it's the sign of negative 5?
Then it's minus 1.
Yes. Sign of negative infinity?
Minus 1.
Sign of infinity?
1.
Congratulations, you win. Sign of 0?
1.
Yes, correct. There's a positive bias. So we have a slight advantage for the positive, but it's so minimal that I don't care. And why am I multiplying by sign? Because sign can only return plus 1 or minus 1. And as you know, anything multiplied by 1 produces the same result. But if it's multiplied by negative 1, it produces the opposite result. So we can rotate in the exact opposite rotation. Still on the y, around the y-axis. So this means rotate around the y-axis by one of the random something between these two random values, okay? But this would always be a positive rotation. So you always rotate clockwise or counterclockwise, I don't care, one of the two, right? And here I'm saying actually randomize whether you're going clockwise or counterclockwise. That's what this does. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now let me think for a second. I want the heart to disappear over time. So we're going to give it a... A?
Countdown?
Yes. And how do we normally do countdowns?
A coroutine?
Yes. Oh boy. Alright, so you are going to need a serialized field, private, float, pickup duration, lowercase p.
Pick up
Duration equals 5f. Semicolon. Brilliant. Oh, it's going well. Serialized field, private, animation, curve, duration. She's doing the typing, by the way, which is why we're taking about a day. Curve underscore duration. I'm giving you a hard time now. It actually takes a bit to type this. Semicolon. Alright, so we got the curve duration, we got that. Now you need a... Do we need a coroutine object? It's good practice. But not really... Yes, because we're going to need to interrupt it. So I'll go private coroutine core pickup.
coroutine. Oops.
That's working well. Thanks for the follow, XP coin. Private coroutine.
Today.
Core. Core is not spelled with a T. You're missing a space. Focus. Oh boy. Yeah, core. What was it? Duration. Sure, duration. That works for me. Semicolon. Alright, I want you to create the usual setup for coroutines. Missing brackets. Okay. Wait, let daddy help. Copy. Need space. Top. Winning. I enumerator. Copy. Space first. Save. Alright. Now, you should know what to do here. Just focus, Zoe. Come on. We're trying to get this done. It's funny the first 78 times, but grows old. Like your father. It's not null. That's what you're meaning to type. what do we do now? The coroutine is confirmed to exist, so we
Or stop it.
stop it. You're gonna add a new command that you haven't done before. Here type core duration equals null. I've discovered that this that it doesn't actually work with, I mean it does work, but it works too often without this. Now copy all of this, paste it right here, semicolon, save. Now here you're gonna start it. So you go core duration equals start coroutine, open round, duration routine. Close round, semicolon. Alright, so except we forgot something. And what we need here is we're gonna need, here's what we need. Well, I need you to think first. How do you make something disappear over time?
You have some length of seconds to wait, and then you wait them.
Yes, but what do you need to affect in order to make something disappear?
Time.
No.
The thing.
The thing, okay? That's ironically,
The sprite.
it's an incredibly bad answer, but it's better than the one that you said before.
The sprite.
The sprite, good. And what do you do to the sprite to make it disappear?
You give it some alpha.
Yes. Weirdly said, but yes. Normally, what color is the sprite?
Full white.
With
or
full alpha
something.
as well.
Yeah, that's what I
So you
meant.
need to make the alpha go down to what?
To 0 alpha, which means invisible.
Yes. So what we're gonna need is we're gonna need the passing time, which is a float, which starts from 0. Then you're gonna need a starting color and an ending color. Let's see if you can do all of that on your own.
Passing time is 0 float.
Now we need a starting color. You can call it S-col. It's not a float banana, it's a color.
Color.
Though, wait a moment. We could, in fact, simply deal with the... Yeah, I think that would, in fact, be faster. Do 2 float... You don't even need 2 floats at that point. You don't need anything. Leave it as it is. Go while passing time lower or equal to 1f.
Oops. Passing time.
Lower or equal to 1f. And what you're gonna do first is the passing time needs to increment. By how much? I bet you don't remember this. I'll be flabbering. Wait a moment. Passing time. Plus equals what? Let's use the physics loop.
What is the physics loop?
Because it's rare. It's gonna look good, but it's done more infrequently.
What is the physics loop?
Time.fixed delta time.
Oh.
Now, multiply, divided, etc. What options?
We can divide by duration.
Yeah.
If we have
Go ahead.
to.
I can't believe you remember this. I don't think you know
we
why,
have to
but
pick
sure.
up duration.
Yeah, pick up duration. Semicolon. Alright, now let's go with the final statement, which is yield return new, wait for fixed update. She spelled yield correctly. It's Christmas.
It's happened for a long time.
Oh, has it now? Do I slander you? Wait for fixed update. Second one. Open close round. Semicolon. Save.
Semicolon.
Okay, now what we need to do is we need to deal with that stupid sprite renders sprite. So here's what you gotta do. And I'm gonna do it for you and you pay attention. So sr.color, that's the thing we're gonna change.
Not color.
Equals new color. Open round. Now red is gonna be
0.
incorrect.
1. We need the whole.
You need
whole
white,
red thing.
white, don't you? So
Yeah.
what values are the channels?
I think 1, 1, 1.
Yes, so 1, 1, 1 with F's. Okay, comma. Now we are on the
Alpha.
alpha. Now, what do we need to do to the alpha? We need to...
We need to keep incrementing down.
What do we use for that usually? There's a question in chat that I'll answer. There's 2 questions, both of them interesting. So while you think, Blue guy last name. The reason we're using a while loop is because I would need to pre-calculate the amount of steps necessary for a for loop because it's dependent on duration. If I use fixed delta time, I can do that because fixed delta time is a fixed time, but it seems awfully convoluted to do that. If we're simply incrementing where we go for as long as that particular
Can we do
question.
a for loop that does minus
We
minus
can't do a for loop. You fall for this every time. We're going to do a lerp.
Oh.
We're lerping between 1 and 0.
Oh, yeah.
Start writing a lerp. Now, it's a float lerp, therefore mathf.lerp. Now, the second question was, why divide delta time by pickup duration and not multiply it? Because if you multiply it, it's a speed. If you divide it, then you obtain the speed by reversing the suvat function. Zoe, what in the bloody world are you typing?
Oops, I didn't read that.
1f,
I meant to do
not
it.
passing time, that's not good enough. We're going to use the curve to evaluate it. So copy curve duration, paste, dot evaluate. Yeah, open round, passing time. For all of the people who are new in chat and who are new to development in general, understand that Zoe's been doing this for 2 years. While she doesn't necessarily know exactly what she's doing, she has a decent idea, and I can make lots of assumptions and go fairly fast. That's not the way I would normally teach.
We need an extra.
That's right, save. For example, she can count brackets without difficulty. Alright, so duration routine, that's all correct. So the thing is going to start disappearing based on the curve. That's all good. Now, once it disappears, what you got to do?
So when it disappears, then you need to destroy this object.
Yeah, very good. Destroy. Open round, game object.
And now we need to call this function, right?
Yes. Close. Now you need to do it when you set it up. So instead of pickup, just simply copy this and call it right here. Open close round, semicolon. Now hit Control MO. We're almost done, but not quite. There's one more thing this thing needs to do, which is when it collides with the player. So void on collision enter. Open round. Yeah, done. Call this C as per usual. Now, this thing can collide with many things. It can collide with obstacle, it can collide with the world, it can collide with the players. Mm-hmm. That means we need to check for layers. So go if, open round, C, dot, game object, dot layer, cast it as a layer. You need to type it yourself with a percentage. Close it. Equals tab dot player. Sorry, that was a quick explanation. It's an explanation I'll give you in private more slowly when it happens. It will guarantee happen in the future. So save. I use these coroutines all the time, so I'll be able to explain it in a less speedy fashion. At the moment, we're trying to finish this as quickly as possible because we're already 30 minutes late and she needs to go do anything other than bother her father. So if C game object layer is the same as player, we know we've hit the player, we can get the player to pick it up. I think we should have the game manager control these. So hit Control MO and you're gonna do navigation map.
Data.
I don't like navigation. Change this to interactions. Not all capitals, it's not in them. Okay. And here you want to type public void collect pickup. What's it gonna need?
A pickup. A pickup.
Yeah, good. Good answer. Call it P. Close round. Open as quick as you want. Nice save. Now, do a switch by P. So SW tab P enter. There you go. Nice and quick, no? Delete this.
Delete the default.
Delete this. Save. And here you're gonna say something simple for now. No, we can do this. Player dot. And
health.
do we have a?
We have health.
Yeah. Wait a moment. That's too simple. I no likey.
Oh. You know likey.
No, I don't like it. Hit Control M. There should be a take damage somewhere here. Oh, hello. There it is. Take damage, and it should be a heal damage, but we don't have one. Public void. Heal. No.
Random stuff.
Just heal. Heal. Open. Open. Int. Increment. Close round. Open square with the close save. Now this guy will help us. If not invoked, that doesn't matter. Copy all of this. Paste it here. This is obviously plus equals. Copy increment. Paste it here. Now we need to check that we're not maximized. So you need to say health equals mathf.clamp. You should remember what this does. Open round. Health again. Health. Comma. 0, comma. Max health. Close the round. 2 or 3 down. There it is. Close round. Semicolon.
Not player def or
Cut this.
or player damage.
Yeah, we don't really have one. Paste it. Save. So I don't think we have one for health. Let's leave the debug log for health. That's fine. Update HUD needs to happen. Don't start invulnerability routine. Save. Copy heal. Paste it here. Open round. 1. Close round. No, it's an int, not a float. Save. Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to collect pickup. So here you're gonna say game manager.
Game manager.script.
Script dot collect pickup. And which do you feed it? Open round.
And we need pickup of glove. We only have
No,
that.
banana. How are you so daft? You've saved it. The one of this pickup. Copy. Paste it. Close round. Semicolon. By the way, I'm also much harsher with my daughter than I am with all my other students. That's because she is my blood. She needs to be the best. I'm tapping her shoulder. In a slightly annoying fashion. Alright, what else do you need to do now? Because you've picked it up. What else needs to happen to the pickup?
The pickup needs to disappear.
Yes, how do you do that?
We destroy it.
Well done!
Destroy pickup guy.
No, game object.
Because we are the
your
pickup.
current game object. You're the pickup guy. Alright. Whew, that's good. So now we're still not done. Because the problem is when you break the vase on destructible needs to check its own probability. And then it needs to do all sorts of beautiful things. Spawn a thing. See this guy?
Spawn a thing, yeah.
Spawn a thing. So if it beats the chance, it needs to spawn a random one. We should have something in the game manager for this. So here you go. Public void spawn pickup. And this one will need nothing. Open close round. Okay. And now, actually that's a lie. This one's going to need something. It's going to need the position. So vector3 dot position. No, what am I saying? I'm sorry. No dot. Just POS. Save. Now, one thing we're going to need is, so we've already got the sprites. We're also going to need the game object. So serialize field. Yeah, private. Close the square bracket. Private. Game object. Close. Game object. And call it pickup template.
We did instantiate this, so.
That's right. Semicolon. Close. You're getting tired, aren't you? Copy. Wait a moment. It exists already. Fridge. Fridge. Where? Oh, yeah. Control F. There it is. Pickup template. Rename this one. Control R twice. treasure content. No, wait, undo. And Control R twice. Treasure content. Content. Capital C, content. Hit enter. Okay, save. We're gonna have to reassign that. That's important. So pick up template. Now here you're gonna do this. Instantiate. Open round. Open round. Pick up template. Comma. Pause. Comma. Just hit tab, Zoe. Come on. No, not now. Pause. Even if it's all caps, you hit tab, it fixes it. Comma. Quaternion.identity. Close round. Get component. Of type. Pickup. There it is. Close of type. Oh, no. That's an enum. Pickup. That's the class. Close of type. Open close round. Dot. Setup. Pickup. Open round. And this one is going to be... no, wait. Let me type this. Random range. Open round 0, comma. System.enum. Oh, you bastard. System.enum.
Enan.
Thanks. Dot get values. Open round type of... I don't think you've ever done this, have you?
Nope.
Pick up. We have a none, don't we?
Yes.
Okay. Dot length -1. What this particular function does so first of all, going into the library system and the class enum, you're actually getting to the class that constructs enums, and you can get the values of a certain enum if you feed it the type of enum you're looking for. So you're going to get the amount of enums you've got. In our case, it's 2. We don't want none. That's why I'm putting -1. That's the one thing you need to remember. And so this is going to randomize between 0 and 1, which is always 0. And that's what you're going to get. Now, the reason why it's not happy is because you need to cast this as a pickup. You can't implicitly have it. And this is all going to work now. So, spawn pickup.
Except we need to reassign that treasure template thing.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of things we need to do. So, when the vase is destroyed, hello, Quater. When the vase is destroyed, right here, we're going to go to Game Manager, Script, Spawn Pickup, and transfer.position. Close. Position. Alright, so now we finally have that thing happening. So there's a few assignments we need to make, and then stuff should actually happen with a bit of luck. And there's a few things we need to assign. So, Game Manager, we don't have a...
alert.
These are all false. So, prefabs. So you have the treasure content goes here. The pickup template, notice it's already assigned the wrong one. That's interesting. Pickup sprites, we only have one, and we need to give it a heart. This one. Anything else we need here? I don't think so. Now, the one thing that we need to do, though, is in the prefabs, under pickup, we need to tell it a thing. The curve duration. So the duration is, it's going to stay low for a very long time, and then it's going to shoot up and become invisible all of a sudden. Right? So that's the one, potentially. It's not great curve. Let's see a simpler curve. I know I have at least one that can, you know, do...
This one?
Yeah, that one would be good, but not quite. It starts disappearing too soon. I have at least one curve that does this one. This one is an acceptable... We
made that one for something.
So we're going to drag this to 0.5. So we're going to wait for half of the time, in our case 2.5 seconds. And then we're going to start fading out. Okay? So that's how it works. Random rotation is already assigned. Random velocity is already assigned.
You gotta pick this up.
This may look good, may look bad. No bloody idea. Now, the last thing we need to do in order to make this work and test it is we need to go to our map. And in our map, we need to change the entities so that one vase, for example, has 100% probability of dropping something.
And CInfo.
Yes, thanks. Entity info. Well, actually, we don't really have it. There are vases. So lower the size. There. Pick red. So this is full blast red. In entity information, I'm gonna give. Okay, that's odd. I don't have a pencil. So entity information, I'm gonna give you that, and entity information, I'm gonna give this one a slightly darker one. So let's say half, which should be 128. Okay, boom, right there. And now we can simply export entity information to entity info. Export. Oh, I forgot the background.
You need the BG.
Done. Okay, now let's test this. Let's see if it works. I'm not sure. Press 1, please.
Here. Hearts.
So it's normally
He
we get
got
the wrong sound.
dead.
So that was interesting. You see how the heart is bouncing very little?
And it disappeared.
It's disappearing. Everything's working correctly.
And also you should go hurt yourself and try.
Sure, we can do that later. Wait. So I want to know why that heart didn't bounce up. So that bothers me. I think it's just because of the prefab. So let's immediately go to the pickup prefab, open it, and take a look. Instead of random velocities here, let's give it 5 and 10. Something ridiculous on the Y, right?
2? Oh, nice.
No, that's not nice. It's not supposed to happen. So, yeah. Oops. Whoa, that's not what I meant. Okay, let's try this again. Whoa!
He's dying.
He's unhappy. Okay, how in the bloody world is it happening again in this thing?
2.
So we're getting 2, and that's fairly interesting. When it's spawning, it's doing it multiple times. Let's also quickly make another change. So here, I think -2 and -2, these are fine. These we can probably do 7 and 15. And for random rotations, let's make it stronger, like 10 and 20. And for now, that's it. Now, let's quickly take a look at why the spawner is doing, you know, the spawn pickup is happening several times. And I think there's only one possibility, which is this on collision is picked up several times. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a private bool destroyed. Okay, and in setup, we're gonna say destroyed is false. Right, and if we ever do destroy it, we're gonna say destroy equals true. And if not destroyed and destructible and that other thing, then do the happy. Do the happy. All right, press 1 for me. There you go. Test. Okay, it didn't rotate. Oh, but it did bounce really high. And we didn't get anything. That's normal because it's a 50-50. It's what we scientifically call a crapshoot. Whoa, that heart is flying. Very difficult to tell where it is though.
You should get yourself hurt and see if it works.
Yes, ma'am. Come on, bomb. I at you.
It's gonna say.
It's a vase.
It works.
It works, so it does
Made
heal
the
me.
hurt sound.
I mean, it makes the wrong sound, but that's okay. It jumps too high now, and the rotation sucks. That rotation is not really happening. I don't like that. We can worry about that later. So let's go with something like 3 and 10 or something. No, these are random rotations, but a banana. Let's go with 90, 180. I don't know. Right, 3 and 10. Alright, test this again. See how it feels. Press 1. Yeah, that's not bad.
lot of noise.
Well, yeah. He's unhappy. Oh, I noticed something interesting. The rotation can be really weak. Yeah, I would like it to be much faster. Yeah, but to do that we would need to edit it ourselves. And that's not great. There's another thing I don't like. I think the pickup is too large. So let's decrease its scale to 0.5. I think this is going to be a bit better. 1, please. Yeah, I like that better. So it went clockwise, no, counterclockwise in both cases for the rotation. Again.
Nothing, so. Clockwise. Nothing.
One thing we should do is if a vase hits another vase, it should destroy the other vase. Same goes for the bomb. Well, I think that's okay. What do you think?
It's nice.
May not be perfect, but it's fine, right? All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching.
And we'll see you again next time.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.